What is that? Dude, what?
Over 10 years ago, Ryan bought his dream car, and now we're finally bringing it back to life.
No way.
Thousands and thousands of dollars.
Dude, you're a joke.
Okay, Ryan has no idea what we found inside of the quarter panels, so I think what we're gonna do is surprise him with it and get his reaction, because that's just such a crazy thing to find. There was something else that was in there. And I think while he's here, we also teach him how to shave one of the bumps in the engine bay. If you watched the previous video, he tried shaving some of the bumps in the engine bay. I had to fix that. So yeah, I think it'll be really fun seeing like how he does and guiding him through the process. So till he gets here, I'm going to keep working on the quarter panel because that is where we left off in the last video. Okay, I figured something out that's gonna help me get this squared away, literally. So on the good side of the car, if we put a straight edge against it, we can see that this is completely square. Even on this ridge, it like files it down completely square. Now if we go to the other side, that's where the problem is. This is where it gets a bit unfortunate, but if we put that against there, there's a giant gap right there. So that is obviously causing an issue. Yeah, that's not what I wanted to see. So my plan of attack is going to be starting to remove the spot welds like in this back section. So the spot weld, spot weld, spot weld, spot weld, spot weld. Get those removed, and underneath here, even on the inside, so like that one and that one and that one, even the ones on this ridge right here, that way this panel can kind of like be pulled back so we can start getting behind it to manipulate it. There's been so much metal manipulation through here that I think getting the spot welds released all individually will allow the panel to just kind of like relax, and then I can work it from behind with my hand, each panel kind of individually, and then weld it back up. Okay, I'm slowly getting it back into shape. The biggest was how much it stuck out right down here. As you can see now, it is not sticking out nearly what it was. So I'm just gonna keep refining it and update you as I go. So what you just saw was I was using the nail gun to heat up areas on the panel. What that's gonna do is I'm gonna go behind it with a hammer and dolly when it's really hot, and hammer and dolly it. It's going to cause the metal then to shrink when the heat cools back down. It's feeling so much better than what it was when we started. It's actually starting to feel like the shape is coming back into it. Like right here was like a high ridge from it being so compressed in. I don't feel that at all anymore. This right here where I shrunk up is a little too shrunken, or I just need to reshape it back in just a little bit. And then right here is still too far in, so we just need to shrink it up just a little bit more. And then once everything like that is done, we can go ahead and weld up some of the old holes that are in it. And I think it'll be good to go for filler. So really happy how this is coming out. Ryan's here. He has no idea so far. No I haven't told him anything other than we found something. So I was working on the quarter panel. I don't know if you've seen that it's not so smashed in anymore.
Okay, yep. No, I just noticed it. I didn't even notice you had the bumper on there.
Yeah. Bumper is on. So yeah, that came out pretty good. But all of that stuff that you just stepped over was inside of the quarter panel.
Really?
And there was even more. So
I believe that because the car actually sat in the garage at my dad's for almost 12 years.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So there was a ton of rodent damage and stuff like that throughout the entire car. I mean, I'll have pictures of all of the squirrel nests and all stuff
Really?
that I had to clean out of
Oh my goodness.
So when I told you about that quarter panel being full of junk, I always wondered like how much stuff was actually going to be.
Yeah, I was hammering away at it, and I hear clunk, 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 and I was like, what is in there? I put a camera in there.
Dude,
and,
I'm not even...
And yeah, whatever that is, I don't even know some type of socket.
Yeah.
But that isn't the only thing that was in there. Oh, there was something else that was in there.
What is that? Dude, what?
Yeah.
What are these? Dude, is this like real gold or something?
Yep.
No way.
Yep.
Stop it.
I looked them up online.
No way.
Thousands and thousands of dollars.
Dude, you're joking.
One of them, the big one on eBay, I saw on eBay, the exact one on eBay, obviously condition might matter, but was listed for $10,000.
You're joking.
I'm not kidding you at all.
Bro.
I'm not kidding you at all. Look at the date on them.
Dude, I'm pretty sure that says $500 something.
Yeah, who knows when it was bought, but I cleaned out the face.
Dude.
And so this is overspray. So whoever fixed that quarter panel, that was in there while it was getting fixed. Because that is overspray. That's clear coat. Crazy?
Dude, that's incredible.
So I don't know if you want to give me a finder's fee or something.
This is just to help pay for the car. Here you go.
Right. This is a nuts.
1861?
Yeah.
Dude, what?
Yeah,
they're
thousands and thousands of dollars.
No way, dude. Who would have put those in the car?
Squirrel.
No way.
Squirrel found them and put
way.
them in.
Yeah, right, dude. Dude,
nuts?
I'm shaking, dude.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I never have luck like that in my entire life.
I never would have thought, like buried treasure in the Supra.
It is treasure.
Dude.
Get
1924.
Get out of here. $20 coin.
Yeah, $20 coin, 1924. So, yeah.
Oh my gosh, what? Dude, that'd be crazy if I texted the guy I bought it from, 10, 12 years ago. Hey,
thanks for the...
By the way, I paid... The car had a coin in there for almost as much as I paid for the entire car.
Right. You gotta find more like this.
I just don't have luck like that.
You do now.
Dude, that's the craziest thing is that I never have luck like this in my life.
Well, congratulations. Hopefully you can buy some more super parts.
I'm going to just give them to you. Honestly. Here you go.
Yeah, that's nuts.
That is absolutely incredible. Honestly.
How long have you had this, you said?
So I've owned the car since 2012 or 2013.
Yeah.
So quite a few years, and never had a place to work on it. I bought the car while I was in the Marine Corps, and I'd come home from a deployment, and Dad and I always talked about building a car together and stuff like that, and it's kind of been like a pipe dream of mine to do that with Dad, because he's been a mechanic his whole life, right? But he's kind of rough around the edges and stuff like that, and at the end of the day, he works on cars all day, every day, so he doesn't really want to,
Yeah, I get that.
He and his dad, so my grandfather, they restored a 3-window Chevy pickup years ago when he was a kid. And I mean, that thing won Grand National, car show. And I mean, it was a beautiful truck. I mean, it was one of a kind. But, I bought this, and Dad was like, it's going to be a lot of work, and, we could put a motor in it and stuff and get it back on the road, but... I didn't own a house or anything. I didn't have a place other than the shop to work on the car at the time. And, from Dad's to the shop, I'd have to push the car over by hand every day. I wanted to work on it. So every other weekend during the summer when I bought the car, after I got out of the Marine Corps, I'd push over to the shop and work on it here and there a little bit. And, you do that for a couple months. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care how bad you want it. You just kind of get burnt out, right? And it's a lot of work. I mean, taking it on yourself and honestly, at that time, I was 23, 24 years old. I didn't really know what I wanted to do with the car. I wanted to just throw an engine in it and, convert it to a 6-speed, because at the time it had a 5-speed, and just so when I bought a house a couple years ago, pole barn was a necessity.
Mandatory.
It was a necessity. And I ended up buying a place with a pole barn and it needed to be finished out, so I ended up doing that, and that was like one of the very first goals of, you know, the house. Gave me a perfect place to work on the car.
Yeah.
Right. So as soon as that started happening, I you know, that's when I gave you a call.
Yeah.
Because some of the things with this car and the people that were supposedly going to help me out with it, you know, over time, whether, you know, they've got stuff going on or whatever, you know, they're just kind of stuff just went askew. So thankfully, you know, I've known you've been in my back pocket for like the last 10 years or so. So like, you know, you started your own journey, right, with these cars, and what a path that we have that's crossed now.
Yeah,
so
seriously. All from Super Forums.
It's from Super Forums, I know. Like the very first like Facebook like super groups too.
Right.
Like, dude, I mean, that very first super meet in Michigan, I mean, that's the first time we ever met, right? And that, I mean, that was a small gathering. That was not very many people.
No.
And yeah, so honestly, I've only started working on the car maybe a year and a half?
Yeah.
Maybe 2 years tops. You know,
like truly started.
Truly, I mean, the interior and stuff was a little bit out of it, but other than that, I mean, I had the engine out of it and stuff like that, because I mean, that's been its own ordeal. You know, 8 years in the process to build a 2J, which is absolutely absurd, but you know, Kyle got me taken care of in 6 months, so you know, that was fantastic. I cannot wait to hear that thing run. But
and you've never driven one?
I've never driven one. I've ridden in one for maybe 3 or 5 minutes around the block one time.
We're gonna change that.
I know, it's crazy that I've owned this car for as long as I have, and only have ridden in one for, you know, a handful of minutes, and not even like a highway pull, like nothing. Like, I've never even heard a 2J. I mean, I have at the racetrack and stuff, but like dyno days, but never have I ever ridden in one where it's like, you know, cars eating. So
I think we got to get mine out so we can give you a proper ride along, and then so you can drive one.
I'm gonna be.
I think you need to drive one.
I'm already hooked. I mean, I've been hooked since 2001. So.
And it's paying for itself. You know, you got your own cash cow right there.
That's crazy. I still can't even fathom that this much money was in a quarter. Like, dude, how long has it been riding around in this thing?
I have no idea. Well, cool, man. Let's get the dash apart so I can start fixing the firewall.
You start it while it's in the hole like that?
Oh, yeah.
Is that all right?
Yeah, that's totally fine.
Does that mean it's truly fine?
No, that's totally good. That's good enough.
Okay.
The welding will take care of the rest.
Okay.
Now the biggest thing to also note is there's still a ridge right here. Yeah. So we got to get a hammer and dolly that flat. How's that feel?
That's good.
A bit better?
Yeah.
Cool.
Sure.
I say that's really good. Yeah, we'll just fill in that one spot and then smooth it out a little bit more. Yeah. I mean, if you feel like all of the spot welds, you can see how much those divot in, so those gotta be body filled.
Yeah.
So like, versus what yours is, like,
right.
That's more than what that is. by far. So good job, dude. So Ryan had to go, but I had to come in here and say, this came out really well. You did such a good job, dude. I think with just a little bit of guidance and support, we were able to set him up for success. And if you want to continue seeing Ryan's story and the Supra finally coming back to life after all of these years, make sure you hit the subscribe button. And if you enjoyed the video, dropping a like and a comment seriously helps the channel a ton and helps push the video to more people. And it means a lot to me. And I'm really thankful that I get to share Ryan's story and that he's trusting me with his car and his story. So I think in the next video, we should give him a ride along in my Supra. Ready?
Yeah, guys.
And maybe try to get the coins professionally graded or see what they're worth. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Make sure you stay tuned. Peace.